Hi, rascals. Mrs. Durrin here. I'm here to share another read aloud with you. And in celebration of Women's History Month, the book I have selected is Counting on Katherine, How Katherine Johnson Saved Apollo 13. Now, this has also been written in another book called The Hidden Figures. There's three other women that Katherine worked with, and they also made it into a movie. I don't know if you saw that, but I have put the books on Google Slides, and I want to go ahead and share that with you. And that way you'll be able to see the illustrations a little bit clearer than me holding the book, but I still have the book. I'm going to be turning the pages right along with you. So, Counting on Katherine, How Katherine Johnson Saved Apollo 13. Here is a picture of the author, Helaine Becker. She's the one who wrote the words. And here is a picture of the illustrator, Dow Pumirik. She's the one who draws the pictures. Whoa, look at all that math. Oh my goodness, how's that making you feel? Some of us are probably going, this is way cool. I can't imagine being able to fill up a chalkboard. And some of us are probably going, no way, dude, that's not for me. Where are you at on that scale? Here we go. Counting on Katherine. And this book is dedicated to Katherine, her daughters, and all who look to the stars. And also for Madeline, Audrey, and Sabrina. All this and more. Katherine loved to count. She counted the steps to the road, the steps up to church, the number of dishes and spoons she washed in the bright white sink. The only thing she didn't count were the stars in the sky. Only a fool, she thought, would try that. Even so, the stars sparked her imagination. What was out there? Look at that. There she is in her bedroom window. Wow. Curiosity is alive and well. Katherine yearned to know as much as she could about numbers, about the universe, about everything. Katherine's boundless curiosity turned her into a star student. She was so bright, she skipped 3 whole grades. Whoa, think about it. She catapulted right past her brother. He wasn't too happy about that. Oh, I bet not. Could you imagine that? Your little sister is now in a grade above him. She catapulted right past him. Oh my gosh. That is one smart little girl. By the time she turned 10, Katherine was ready for high school. Wait a minute. I need to process that. She's 10 years old. When I was 10, I was in 4th grade, and she's ready for high school. Oh my gosh, that's like 5 grades ahead of her, and she's ready for high school. I wasn't. Were you? But back then, America was legally segregated by race. Oh, there it is. Her town's high school didn't admit Black students of any age. That is just so wrong. Katherine burned with fury. She wanted more than anything to keep learning. There was still so much to know. Oh yeah, that would not sit well. Count on me, Katherine's father told her. Oh, don't you just love Daddy? That's wonderful. By working night and day, he earned enough money to move the family to a town with a Black high school. Wow. He moved just for his daughter. That's wonderful. Katherine loved high school. She was good at every subject, but math was still her favorite. She dreamed of becoming a research mathematician, making discoveries about number patterns that are the foundations of our universe. In those days, though, there were no jobs as research mathematicians for women. Professions most available to them were teaching and nursing. Well, those aren't bad jobs coming from a teacher, but that has to be a drag if you want to be a research mathematician and the world is saying, not for you. So Katherine became an elementary school teacher. She liked her job and she loved her students. Yeah, we all know that. We love you rascals, don't we? But she never stopped dreaming about exploring numbers. In the 1950s, the US government's National Advisory Committee on Aeronautics, NACA, hired thousands of new employees. It even started hiring Black women as mathematicians. Oh, there it is. So in the 1950s, so this is 2021, so that's about 70 years ago. Katherine heard about the mathematician jobs. Her heart raced with excitement. Oh, perhaps her dream could come true after all. But when she applied for one of the positions, she was told they were already filled. Oh, Katherine had to wait a whole year until new spots opened up. Her patience paid off. She got the job. Yay! I knew she would, didn't you? A few years later, the Soviet Union sent a rocket ship into space, launching a space race with the United States. NACA was rolled into a new space agency, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA. Katherine now found herself at the heart of America's space program. She worked as a computer. Electronic computers were not widely used yet, calculating long series of numbers. All computers were women. They were given the tasks that men thought were boring and unimportant. For some reason, I think she's going to show them this is an important job. What do you think? That didn't bother Katherine. She knew that without her contributions, a spaceship couldn't reach its destination nor safely return to Earth. Here's why. Sending a rocket ship into space is like throwing a ball into the air. At first, the force of the throw sends the ball up, up, up. But as its energy runs out, the ball's path curves back toward the ground. Where it lands depends on the angle it was thrown and how high and how fast it flew. Because math is a kind of language, Katherine could ask those questions. How high would the rocket ship go? How fast would it travel? Using numbers. And numbers would provide the all-important answer. Where would it land? To find out, Katherine plotted the numbers she calculated on a graph. When she joined the points together, they formed a curved line. At one end of that line was Earth at the time the rocket ship launched. At the other was where Earth would be when the ship landed, where Earth would be. Oh, that's right, because Earth is always moving. We're going around the sun, revolving around the sun, and we're rotating in circles. So she has to turn that into her calculations too. Whoop! That's one smart cookie. Katherine's reputation for accuracy and strong leadership skills, she was known for asking plenty of questions, got her promoted to Project Mercury, a new program designed to send the first, let me repeat that, the first American astronauts into space. Mercury's missions were going to be dangerous, so dangerous. Even the Project Star astronaut, John Glenn, refused to fly unless Katherine okayed the numbers. You can count on me, she said. Oh, wait it. We heard that before, right? That's right. Those are the words her daddy told her. Oh, now they're becoming her words. You can count on me, she said. Glenn's spaceship, Friendship 7, orbited Earth 3 times and returned home safely. Glenn became a national hero, thanks to Katherine. Katherine was promoted again. Now she was asked to calculate the flight path for Project Apollo, the first flights to the moon. Count on me, she said. On July 20th, 1969, the Apollo 11 astronauts walked on the moon. Their feat was celebrated around the world. More triumphs followed. Apollo 12 rocketed to the moon in November 1969. Whoa. Apollo 13 launched on April 11th, 1970. But on the third day of Apollo 13's flight, the worst thing happened. Oh my goodness, look at those illustrations. This isn't good. An explosion in space. Ah, I just can't imagine. Could the crippled spaceship make it to the moon? And if it didn't, would it be able to get back home to Earth? Oh, the 3 astronauts on board were in grave peril. They're in trouble, folks. Oh no. Commander Jim Lovell told Mission Control, Houston, we've had a problem. Oh no. What's gonna happen? Back on Earth, Katherine Johnson got a phone call. Her flight path calculations would have to be done all over again and perfectly. It would be the toughest challenge of her life. Katherine told Mission Control, you can count on me. Yep, you bet, girl. She rolled up her sleeves, took a deep breath, and began doing the math. She worked hard and fast. A few hours later, Katherine's calculations were finished. The flight path to return home would take the ship around the far side of the moon. From there, the moon's gravity would act like a slingshot to zing the ship back to Earth. To get home, the crew of Apollo 13 would have to follow Katherine's course exactly by burning off fuel at precise intervals. So they got to burn off that fuel at certain times along their journey. Whew! If the astronauts made a mistake, their ship would drift through space forever. Wow, that's a lot of pressure. Oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? Katherine waited anxiously to hear the astronauts' report. Finally, it crackled over the loudspeakers. We've got it! Apollo 13 was back on track. Yay! She did it. Katherine Johnson had done it. She brought Apollo 13 home. She was no longer the kid who dreamed of what lay beyond the stars. She was now a star herself. Oh, don't you just love it? And I guess we kind of knew. The title gave it away, how she saved Apollo 13. But wow, what an extraordinary woman. So I hope you enjoyed that, Rascals. And if you check this book out in the library, be sure to read the last page. It gives us some more really cool information about Katherine. And so I hope you enjoyed this, my friends. It was great spending the time with you, and I'll see you again soon.